we saw that if environment is damaged, we have heavy rainfall, we have global warming, will be impacting the environment. So in order to overcome that, what is our approach? How we can make the environment to a better one? Systems approach to corporate environmental management. With this, we are going to look now. For doing that, they say to follow IS 14,000 standards. They give 5 items. So that 5 items I will highlight you in this image. So this is called ISO 14001 management system. Why they call it as 1? The first revision of ISO. ISO is what? International Standard Organization. This code gives a management system. Whom to manage? If any industry is there, they are manufacturing. Consumers are very less in impact in environment. Industries do much impact. Why? Because there are 3 processes in an industry. What are they? First, they have to produce product, they have to develop, they have to ship. Whatever they develop, imagine a mobile company, they can manufacture at a place, but if they want to distribute, they have to transport. So that is the second way of, so during first stage of production, there comes one environmental effect. During transportation, causes one environmental effect. After consuming that product, it is a waste. We as a consumer are very less in hand to affect the environment. So for that, ISO 14001 management system is given. So British Council, the Britain people created a council. Who are the council? The people were Spanish people, Portugal, those who are European countries. They formed. The British Council formed that and they introduced ISO 14001. So in that standard, they give 5 number of steps to make environmental free production. First one, what you have to do? You have to have an environmental policy. A company should have a policy that we are not using hazardous matters or hazardous chemicals in our industry. Instead of that, there might be 2 cases. One is organic raw material and another one is inorganic raw material. The industry should choose organic raw material which are degradable. They have to choose that. If they choose non-biodegradable as the raw material, finally in the policy itself there comes a effect. So in their policy, they should use biodegradable products only. Second thing, planning. How to do the planning? There are further steps in planning, which I will show you here. Yes, this is called planning. ISO 14000. If you check the previous one, it is ISO 14001. So you have planning standards. This is plan. Under planning, you have 2 options. What are they? Addition to address risk and opportunity, and environmental objectives and planning program. In plan, you have to do 2 of the items. First, we have environmental policy. In leadership, you have environmental policy. In next one, in planning, you have address the risk and opportunities. Next thing is implementation and operation. Then checking. If you have a policy, I will take one example. I am just taking a single product called a mobile phone. What are the items are available in a mobile phone? If you check, all the descriptions are given here, frame and back side. So these are all plastic material, isn't it? Frames and back covers are plastic material. It is recyclable or not? There will be a triangle and in that you will be having a 3 symbol. Recyclable. So plastics are recyclable. Only thing, plastic you cannot throw out. Throwing out, decomposing is a long process. And metal sheets too is called what? These are all metal sheets. Metal sheets, what are the metals available? It might be aluminium, might be stainless steel, brass, everything. All are called metals. Can we reuse metals? Yes. Metals also can be reused. Next thing is display. In mobile phones you have display. Where is display? LED products, glass products are reusable. But batteries, is battery reusable? Yes, batteries are reusable. So you can refill the acid, reuse it. So batteries are reusable. In battery also, you take the mobile phone and see. In battery, they will be having that symbol, triangle symbol. These products are called reusable. So item wise, they have given the grams. How they do the environmental management system is from here. Manufacturing of mobiles. If you manufacture a mobile, then what you do? You have to ship. During shipment, imagine they have a policy. A company have a policy that we will be transporting all our products through e-vehicles only. What are e-vehicles? You have two types of buses in KSRTC. What are they? One is diesel bus and electronic bus also available. You take a policy that I will not catch the diesel bus, I will only catch the e-bus. Then the policy changes and you also have an impact on the environment. If you catch electronic vehicle, you are a part of environmental saving process. Yes or no? If two buses are coming at the same time, you can catch the e-vehicle. Hence, you can reduce the environmental effect. That is called what? Policy. You have two options. What option you choose? Environmental policy. So that is what the first process. First, if you want to manage the environment, take a good policy. Good policy is what? It should be degradable. It should be reusable products has to be selected for your raw material. This is called manufacturing of mobile. Then wholesale. How will you sell? By vehicles. You distribute all around the world. Then carrier to retail. You have all mobile shops in a street. They are called retailers. Every street person will be there as a retailer. Then it reaches consumer. Where you will buy, even though you are having a Apple mobile phone, you will not buy which is available in USA. You will only purchase through the distributors. The consumers take the mobile here and after consuming, what you will do? Consuming for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Take example for 5 years. You are using a mobile for 5 years, which is very rare. Nobody uses. After consuming for 5 years, what you will do? You will either do servicing or repair. Anything you will do. Again you will reservice or repair, you make it. After using that, no longer if you can use it, you will do the recycling. Every product is recyclable in the mobile. If battery is gone, what you can do? New battery you can install. Display is gone, what you can do? New display you can put. Like that, service and repair will keep on happening. Unless you throw out, I don't want, I will return back for 2000 rupees and I will buy a new mobile. This is what you will do, no? First time display will damage, you will buy one display. Second time you will buy one display. After that, sound is also not coming correctly. Then what you will do? You think of giving back and buy a new product so that they will buy. This item, they collect the mobile phone. Who will collect? The manufacturing industry will collect. This collect the mobile phone and they distribute into following 4 criteria. What are they? They separate battery as a separate unit, handset as a separate unit, and accessories, landfill. Landfill is what? Whatever is not usable will throw in landfill. Okay, these 4 items recycling will happen. After that, recovering the materials, all the metal particles. I showed you, no? This metal particles they will collect and they will take into the industry, to this manufacturing industry. The plastic products they will separate. Glass bottles. Have you seen? The people will collect glass bottles. Why is glass recyclable? Glass is recyclable. Through melting, glass are produced. Through melting, plastics are produced. Through melting, metals are produced. So you can remelt and reuse that. Recover that material, again manufacture, then it will come to another industry. So this is what I said. You can have an environmental policy. Okay. Now we are here. Why I have given an example is to understand this process better. Now, what is called environmental management system? Environmental policy is one. Second thing is planning. How you plan to reduce the waste. Then next one is implementation and operation. Then checking. All the items have you sold is recycled. You have to check. If it is not completely recycled, then you have to go for a management review. Imagine in a mobile phone, LED displays are keep on throwing out. It is being dumped in number of kgs. Finally, you have to do a process for making a management review and continual improvement. What way we can use the LED display into a recyclable matter, you have to check. So again, we have to make an environmental policy. Again, we have to circle this. Why it has given like this? It is a continuous improvement. If you think on KSRTC itself, currently whatever vehicle they launch, they are launching only electrical vehicles. Government is also having a policy of manufacturing and selling the electronic vehicles only, and they have given a tax reduction. Do you know that if you purchase an electrical vehicle, e-vehicle, if you are having an income tax or if you are paying income tax, by showing that I have purchased an electrical vehicle, government has given a policy. So you are using that. How it comes? Without making a policy. If the government says that if you are purchasing e-vehicle, additional 18% GST, will you buy the vehicle? That comes under policy. So policy should be in such a way that the environmental impact has to get reduced. So that is called policy. Planning and implementation. How you should plan? The environmental aspect, legal and other requirements, objectives, targets and returns. What are the components are there in this system? Simply a refill pen has the following components. What is this? This is a cap. This cap is made up of polypropylene. Polypropylene is a plastic material. Now you have tip of the pen. You will be having a brass. You check the tip of every pen is not a stainless steel. It is a brass material. Inside you will be having a ballpoint tungsten element. There will be a hole inside the brass, and inside that you have a tungsten material. That is also recyclable. These two are called metals. These two metals has to be separated in a different mode. Can you see the small product? This small product is called tungsten, and this greater product is called a brass. These two are metal parts. Then next thing is you have ink. What is that? It is nothing but ethanol. So it is being filled, tube plus ink plus, if you check this tube is a polypropylene. Polypropylene is what? Plastic. So the tube is also a plastic. Then you have a barrel, polystyrene. Barrel means the cover. It will be like glass. So it is called which material? Polystyrene. Finally, you have a tab. Tab is what? The cap, bottom cap. This is a polypropylene. If I take all this parameter, after consuming that, we just throw out. What will happen after that? Why we are having lots of dumps available around? We are not following this environmental management system. We have to collect, and it has to be separated, plastics and metal separately. Who has to do this? Either you have to do. Do you know how to separate? No. We are consumers. What we have to do is properly dump it in a bin. The corporation will take it out. The corporation will do this recycle system. Now, let us come here. Are you satisfactory with the pen manufacturing currently? The technology they use. Still they use plastic. So that means what? Reynolds company, Camel company has to have a policy that we should not use plastics. Government can also implement a policy. Then planning. How to plan that? When you are manufacturing a pen, plan it on environmental aspect, legal and other requirements. When you are registering as a company, you should have a legal requirement, objectives and targets, environmental management program. That means if you are a pen manufacturing company, at least you should have an awareness program with your employees of environment. Next thing is implementation. You should have a structure and responsibility. Now, take the pen. Where are the places you use plastics? In the tube, in the cover, these places you use plastics. Who will be responsible? Particular team will be responsible for that. No single team will manufacture a complete pen. Imagine in a car, there will be a separate team for electrical team. Electrical persons will look out batteries, wiring, everything will be looked out by one team. Another team will be there, they will be manufacturing team. Manufacturing team is, they will look into the body shapes, they will look into the mold, that is one separate team. Another team will be there, they will be completely looking on sensors. Sensors is a different topic, no? It does not comes under mechanical or electrical or purely electronics. It is a common subject. Each and every sensor. For acceleration, you have one sensor. If vehicle has to accelerate, if 100-degree boiling point achieved, there is a sensor. How much boiling is achieved? How much RPM is going on? It is a sensor. How much of torque is happening? So sensors is a different department. In a car manufacturing company itself, you have 10 departments. Wherever you use plastics, that department has to work. That is what they say here. Structure and responsibility. Who has to take the responsibility? Communication, EMS. We have a software in our college for attendance, ERP. ERP is what? Nothing but a software which says that how much attendance you have, how much marks you have. Like that, every company should have a management system. Documentation, operation, emergency preparedness. Yes. After checking here, you have to go for the corrective action. Monitoring, measurement, non-conformance and corrective preventive action, records, EMS. How much quantity you have separated, all the quantity should be arrived here and it has to go to review policy. So this system is called environmental management system. So in other countries they follow. So these are further notes. Not only ISO, certain different countries have different standards. This is called eco management and audit scheme. In USA, they have an audit scheme called eco management and audit scheme, which is responsible care model for developed by American Chemical Council. ISO has been developed by whom? British Council. Similar way for Japanese also they have a council. What is ISO? International Standard Organization. What is BIS? Bureau of Indian Standards. India has one standard. ISO is for whom? For all the countries. But BIS is for whom? Only for India. Bureau of Indian Standards. All the jewels will be having a ISO seal or BIS seal. If you are buying any jewel, you have one seal, no? What seal they will be having? Either ISO or BIS. Check that BIS will be there. BIS. ISO is a common terminology. BIS standard will also be there. You check next time if you buy any gold items, you check BIS standards. So it is purely for Indian awareness. What is EMS? Environmental Management System is to take care of ISO 14001. They give PDCA. What is PDCA? Plan, do, check, act. So this process you have to do. This they suggest to overcome the environmental problem.